This is the drive home with
Zac
and TT for the Mill drive home, driving home from the Western Home Stadium, where it finished Peterborough United 2.
Millwall somehow won.
I don't know about somehow. We scored with our only real chance of bloody game, Zac.
I know, but they're a dreadful team.
Yeah, and we were dreadful today.
It's true.
But before we go any further, obviously I did say I was going to go on the train. We didn't. We decided to go on the drive up to Peterborough. It's basically a little trip for us, considering most games are nearly at least 3 hours. This is only an hour and 40 minutes for us.
All of them are nearly in Yorkshire.
Yeah, most of them are in Yorkshire. If you don't mind, put your comments in below. They're not going to be very positive, I'm sure. It was great seeing a number of you today. That was a positive. If you're not subscribed, get yourself subscribed to the channel. And now we'll talk about the game, which ultimately was very, very disappointing from the Mill side, where from the highs of the Birmingham game last Saturday, falling back down to earth with, no Mill fan would be going to Peterborough, well, no right-minded Mill fan going to Peterborough after them not scoring for 5 games. You know that run's coming to an end against us. But it's the manner in which we conceded today, the manner in which we just allowed Peterborough, who played the football around quite well, but more importantly, they seem to win the 50-50 battles. We seem to be conceding far too much possession in front of our back 3-4. We started with an unchanged lineup from the Birmingham game. Bart in goal, Danny McNamara at right back, Murray Wallace at left back, 2 centre backs of Jake Cooper and Sean Hutchinson. We had George Evans and Billy Mitchell in midfield, Scott Malone and Jed Wallace on the right, with Benica Fobe and Tom Bradshaw up front. We started the game pretty much actually on the back foot. There was a lot of it, we were behind the goal. A lot of it was in front of us, but we took the lead with a good bit of skill actually. The ball came across our back line. It was Jake Cooper out to Murray Wallace. Murray Wallace plays it into Scott Malone, who does a lovely little ball to Jed. Jed nicks in front of the defender. And
headers it in front of him.
Nicks in front of him, gets to the edge of the 18-yard line, takes one more touch, crosses it into Tom Bradshaw, who's on about the penalty spot and does really well to finish. And that's one thing I would say actually. Tom, I was wrong about Tom Bradshaw. He needed obviously a bit of confidence in his game, because ever since that I put on Twitter that he doesn't ever look like he's going to score, he actually does look like he's going to score, and more often than not he does. He's found the net.
And at the moment he is our goal scorer. Yeah,
he is, without a doubt. Obviously playing for a contract, and on his current performance, he fully deserves the contract, deserves to stay in the championship. Probably have to take a pay drop, but one good thing about the game was the goal, because after that we allowed pressure on us. We sat deeper and deeper. We kept giving away cheap fouls. The ref was giving us absolutely nothing. Every 50-50 today went against us, but we did make a number of silly cheap fouls, which kind of gets into the head of the ref, which kind of makes him think that he's making the right decisions all the time, which the interplay around Peterborough was really good in around our box. Saying that, they didn't really create too many chances. They only had one chance in the first half, a ball from the right that was flicked on. It was Billy Mitchell that flicked it on, wasn't it?
Yeah. And
then Bart makes a good save, parries it out for a corner. And Peterborough had Peterborough had quite a number of corners today, but didn't really look like scoring from any of them. We go in at half time, it's still 1-0 to the Lions, but you felt that, right, we probably need to make some subs, get some fresh legs on there, because the press wasn't really working as well as it should do, and we were conceding too much possession. So maybe even change formation and get another midfielder in there to stop them doing what they were doing. We didn't do that. And then it was just a matter of time before Peterborough got on the score sheet, because you can't continue to, if something's not working, you've got to change it up. And it wasn't working. There's no doubt about it. We sung well today. 2,400 fans.
It was actually 2,302. But
how do you know that?
Because at the end they said how many away fans travel.
Okay, probably 100 fans in the Peterborough end as well. So, but we sung well, got behind the boys. A few dissenting fans towards the end, singing about Gary Rowett, and that's going to happen when you have 90 minutes of football where we don't look like a team that's going to win a football match against another team that have been really struggling. Peterborough do equalise. Clark Harris comes on, big, massive striker. Done very well at League One level. Has been pretty dire at Championship level. But if you ever need a team to break a goal drought against, it's good old Millwall. We do what we do best. The ball's played right through the middle. He holds the hutch off and just gets there in front of Bart and just kind of loops it over Bart, who's rushing out, and it goes into the top left-hand corner.
It was a very, very good finish. It
was a good finish, and funny enough, Zac done one like that on Tuesday. So, although I'll put the through ball to him because I'm that good as a coach.
It was nearly a carbon copy.
It was actually nearly a carbon copy. That made it 1-1, and then nearly straight after that, a ball from the right comes in. Hutchinson gets the flick on at the near post. Yes, we are defending. Hutch gets the flick on at the near post. I think whoever was marking Clark Harris at the back post absolutely switches off.
Yeah, tries a scorpion kick.
Tries to get it away, misses the ball. Harris has nothing but a tap in to make it 2-1 to Peterborough, who after that sat a bit deeper and allowed us to come on. We create a couple of half chances, but one where the ball's bouncing around the box, comes down to Danny Mack on the right side. He cuts it back to Shea Yojo. The keeper's out because the keeper's come to block out, so there's no keeper in goal. There are about 3 or 4 Peterborough players on the line, which makes it difficult. It was a tough angle for Shea Yojo, but you want him to put his foot through it and try and get the ball on target. It's well too late by the time he gets a shot away. He gets blocked. And I can't. Matt Smith had a couple of headers, balls into the box. Probably should have done better, if I'm honest. They were both flick headers, both flicked wide. Didn't get either one of them on target.
They were a bit tricky to get to, but
they were a bit tricky. But Smith come on. At least he puts himself about. He won nearly everything in the air. Creates opportunities for the rest of the boys, and gives us that attacking outlet. Jed Wallace looked like he was had an injury. Came off early, but then we brought Shea Yojo on. Far too often Shea Yojo looks an absolute shadow. The man of the match all day was Dembele for Peterborough, which I don't often say. I don't normally give it to an opposition player, but he was the best player on the pitch today. We allowed him to do what I would hope Shea Yojo would come on and do: a small, tricky, fast, run at our players quite a lot. And Ojo just doesn't seem to have that in him. I don't know whether he's just happy to take a wage, but really didn't give enough for me. Have you got any thoughts?
Clark Harris saved them, really. They deserved the win, but he did save them. He scored their 2 goals.
And that's the disappointing thing. They didn't really look like scoring for all of the possession, for how badly we played. We didn't really look like conceding a goal, which is how Gary Rowett sets up to play against teams. But it's just, you just want us to do more. You just want us to go to teams, and you have no divine right in the Championship to go to anybody and win a game, because you have to earn it. And we said that before the game. Went into the middle of Peterborough and speaking to some Peterborough fans who were pretty sure that Millwall were going to win today.
Or come out with a draw.
Yeah, obviously we were less optimistic about that, and as it transpired, we've got next Saturday. What day is it? The 18th. Preston at home on Saturday, where you hope we're going to put in a better performance than that. We need to raise our game and be better than what we were. It's like I said, it's not for a lack of trying. There's quite a few players on the pitch that are trying everything for the club, but ultimately the way we set out today and the pressure that we had on them was just not enough. And we're driving down the A1 without any points, as we drove home from Hull without any points. At least we had Birmingham last Saturday to cheer us up. Final thoughts, Zac? Anything you want to say?
They deserved the win, but it was pretty rubbish game, really.
Yeah, it was. And I think we'll end it there. Thank you very much for watching the Mill Drive Home. If you can, like the video, put your comments in below. Only one way we can end it though. No one likes us.
We don't care.